Everything has a cycle, including your business. It is important to know where your business is currently positioned, where you are headed, and how you are going to get there. Once you have this clarity, it is critical to be aware of the traps along the way. Let's go through the business growth cycle and determine where you sit and the common traps in each phase. The first phase is the learning phase. This is when you first start a business, launched a new product or service. Signs you are in this phase: a first or second year of business, or a new product or service. Frequent changes, limited resources, rapid learning and adjustment, a lack of strategic planning, and wearing all the hats of the business, hoping something sticks. In this phase there are high levels of uncertainty. The first trap here is called the honeymoon trap. This occurs during the initial stages of a business or new venture. When everything seems to be going smoothly, founders are fueled by excitement and optimism. They may be wearing rose-colored glasses and underestimating challenges ahead. The second trap in the learning phase is 3 feet from gold. This trap refers to the temptation to give up or abandon efforts just when success is within reach. Businesses may encounter setbacks or obstacles that seem insurmountable, leading them to prematurely abandon projects or initiatives. However, success often requires persistence and resilience, especially in the face of adversity. The next phase in the business cycle is the growth phase. Signs you are in this phase: a more established product market fit and customer base. The business can financially support the owner and her employees. Established strategic partners and alliances supporting growth objectives. Consistent revenue growth and positive cash flow. There are 2 major traps in this phase. The first one is the founder's weeds, where businesses find themselves stuck in the methods developed during the learning phase, when survival was the primary focus. The owner is still wearing many or all of the hats. But instead, this stage demands the implementation of systems, automation, and delegation to facilitate growth. To overcome this hurdle, a shift towards a more strategic mindset is imperative, enabling purposeful growth and scalability. The second trap in the growth phase is named after the mythical King Midas, who turned everything he touched into gold. The Midas trap occurs when businesses focus solely on short-term gains or financial metrics at the expense of long-term sustainability and value creation. This narrow focus creates complacency, relying on past strategies, achievements, and ego, and as a result, they fail to innovate and adapt, risking stagnation or decline when conditions change. As businesses reach the peak of their success, they face a critical juncture where they must choose between embracing innovation and renewal or succumbing to decline. The decline or innovation trap underscores the necessity of consistently reassessing both internal and external dynamics and, when appropriate, reinventing and repositioning themselves to remain relevant in a dynamic and competitive landscape. Failure to innovate can result in decline or being obsolete, whilst embracing change can lead to new opportunities for growth and evolution. When your business has reached the Midas touch, and you choose to continually review and innovate, you build a value business. One that provides for you in the present and in the future. Let me introduce you to the founder and owner of Accelerate Growth 45, Catherine Broyce, where she will talk to you further about value creation.
Hi, I'm Catherine Broyce, founder and owner of Accelerate Growth 45. And I work with businesses who want to grow. But not just grow, they want to create value. So who cares? What is so important about value? Well, there are many reasons why creating value is so important, but I'm going to focus on one. Majority of business owners have 80 to 90% of their financial wealth tied up in their business. And only 20 to 30% of businesses sell or transfer? Think about that just for a minute. This is the same or equivalent to an employee who works 20, 30, 40 years, puts away money in a 401k, and then at the end goes to unlock their wealth and finds that there is nothing there. The 401k is worthless, or it isn't what they thought it would be. Because 20 to 30% of businesses that do sell, majority of them leave a significant amount of money on the table. So the difference between businesses that can sell and businesses that sell or transfer to what they are worth and what the owner wants and needs is value. That is the difference that makes the difference. So when you focus on value, it doesn't only benefit you in the future, it actually creates more income in the present and also allows you to be working more effectively and efficiently, allowing the business to grow safely, mitigating risks, and successfully. And in the end, you have something of value. I want you to understand that what you do today impacts your tomorrow. And when you create value, it benefits you now and in the future. So there's no time like the present. So there are two questions I want you to be continually asking yourself. What am I creating? And does it create value? So what is value? Yes, it is your tangible assets. Yes, it includes your top and your bottom line. But 80% of value in a business is when you open up the hood and you look inside, because numbers don't always tell the same story. 80% of value in a business comes from the intangible assets. It comes from 4 capitals. Human capital, so your people. Customer capital, structural capital, and social capital. Those 4 intangibles are 80% of the value of a business. And when those are operating at a high level, so is your top and your bottom line. So, few questions to consider. How dependent is your business on you, the owner? Are you able to go away for a month or more and the business runs smoothly, efficiently, effectively? How concentrated is your customer base? Do you have any customers that equate to 20 to 30% of your revenue? And are your customers recurring? Structurally, do you have systems in place, documentation of policies and procedures? Are you ready to grow? And how engaged are your employees? Do they enjoy coming to work? Do they put their best foot forward? These questions are just some to consider in terms of the difference between a business that is creating value versus one that is not. So what do you do to start creating this value? Well, the first thing is to assess where your business currently sits. Understand the gaps. Understand its current value. Yes, it may be hard. It may be hard to swallow when you get the results, and maybe not. But what it does is it gives you clarity. Gives you clarity in terms of where you currently are. And then it'll tell you what you need to do in order to close those gaps and ensure that those tangible and intangible assets are working for you, building the value that you want and that your business needs in order to get you where you want to be. Then it's understanding, well, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? What do you want at the end of all of this? And it's then aligning where the business currently is, where you want the business to go, but also, so importantly, where you in your personal life, your personal aspirations, what do you want? What do you want to be doing in 3 to 5, 10, 15, 20 years? What does that look like? And how do you match and align it up with your business? And then it's putting in a very purposeful action plan, a strategy to get you where you want to be. So there is no time like the present to consider what you're building, what you're creating, and begin to focus on value. You will see the impact it makes today, and it is building a better future for you tomorrow.